Welcome on back to The Reckoning. Into the next segment we roll along, and I'm very glad to have on with me now another segment where you don't just have to listen to Ryan. Nope, you've got someone else to consider who's actually on your ballot if you're in the 5th Congressional District. Senator Rick Brattin, state senator, of course, of a lot of notable conservative achievements. He is in the mix in this newly formed 5th District here in Missouri. Talked with a couple of folks running in that GOP primary last week. Now we get to move to Senator Rick Brattin, who has a very impressive list of endorsements and, of course, has been in this race for some time now. Senator Brattin, how are you? Thank you for being on with me.
Great. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. It's definitely the time is winding down and looking forward to victory come close of business August 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's certainly been a pretty raucous race now. I mean, for a long time, there've been a token Republican or two, and not bad men at all, who've run against Emmanuel Cleaver. But now there really is an opportunity. Very likely, whoever takes this GOP primary will oust him from Congress and bring yet another Republican-led district to the state of Missouri. So, I know we've had you on the show, I think, before talking some Missouri legislature items, but if you would just give me a little bit of what led you to run for Congress, what policy priorities you'd like to see go with you from your time in the Senate over to the federal seat of power, should voters give you that opportunity tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the question. So, I mean, what led me to it? I mean, we just see the craziness going on nationally. We see the radical left becoming even more radicalized. They're outspoken. I mean, they're attempting to assassinate our president. They are killing, our freedom fighters like Charlie Kirk, right before our very eyes. And we've got to have people that are willing to stand toe to toe against the crazy left, call them out for who they are, and not be afraid and be willing to be outspoken and push the issues that I think will hopefully bring back a resurgence of the greatness of America that Trump has been really trying to push for. The definition of insanity is expecting a different result by doing the same thing. We can't continue to send the same Republicans that just disappear into the backdrop to Washington and then expect everything to be different. I've been an outspoken freedom fighter fighting for life, liberty, and lower taxes and all the things that as conservatives we want. I've campaigned on them, and I've achieved them, and I've done them, and I continue to do them. And I think that's what people are after. They're sick and tired of the talk is cheap, individuals. We want somebody who's willing to be the tip of the spear, and that's what I've always tried to embody. But when you look at what we're dealing with, I mean, we're looking at an illegal invasion that occurred. We've got to deport as many illegals as we possibly can, and we got to go after the means in why they're coming here. And I think that's through the employment aspect, and I've tried to do that in the state of Missouri, like through E-Verify and holding employers accountable here in the state of Missouri. I think it needs to be a national look. But you look at like the SAVE Act. Here in Missouri, we passed the SAFE Act, and Dr. Bob Onder, congressman, he's doing the Chloe Cole Act, protecting children from being mutilated. I think that it's great that we did it in Missouri, but we've got to do a national aspect where we're stopping it no matter what boundary line you live behind. You're protecting children at all costs. But there's a myriad of things. We've got a lot that's wrong in America that we've got to fix. We've been asleep at the wheel, I think, as conservatives on the national side, or at least pressing in on these issues. We've got a charge from the political world and the people of this nation to do these hard things, and I'm willing to do it.
Excellent. And certainly, again, you've got a reputation behind you, one in office. You've taken votes before. That's always something interesting when you see a crowded primary field, because especially in something like this, the heartbeat of Missouri, a lot of folks, it sounds the same on the campaign website. So I think one of the next questions people move to is, okay, who's actually done this and had to face voters being accountable for the votes that they've actually cast, which that's always, I think, some piece of comfort. So I guess I would ask, I'm sure that's one of the big parts and pieces for you, but what distinguishes you, perhaps if that's alone or if there's something in addition to that in this crowded field? Because there's a lot of money running around. I know some of your primary candidates are well funded, but whatever the case may be, even with a Republican advantage, you're still going up against a very hardened incumbent with a huge war chest. What's your pitch for why you are the best person to face Emanuel Cleaver in the November general election for this new 5th district?
Well, first, I'm the only candidate in this race that's actually won a race. I've unseated Democrats. I've had Democrats throw the kitchen sink trying to get me to lose and unseat me. But I'm victorious. I know how to win. I'm a fighter. And yeah, you look at Emanuel Cleaver and his voting record. I mean, he's literally bringing. And actually, I think last week was campaigning with Nancy Pelosi in the state of Missouri. So I guess it's a real, true, line in the sand. Do we want San Francisco values representing Missouri, or do we want a staunch Christian conservative fighter with that proven track record of, yes, defending life, defending our Second Amendment, cutting your taxes, really fighting against the swamp, yes, even in Jefferson City, election integrity, things that I've sponsored. Just this week, I received an award for school protection officer, which is I don't want to get too in the weeds of getting off of but this is one that's huge. We're seeing all these active shooters, but I actually authored a bill that would puts in place these officers within school districts that teachers, administrators, and staff can become an undercover element. Numerous school districts in the state have adopted it and are training heavily and are real, true hard targets today because of a bill that I authored, sponsored, got passed, and is now implemented. I received an award for that this week of just how successful it's been. And it's just amazing. I get that question from the left all the time. Well, you and your gun, lunatic gun fringe individuals, you aren't protecting kids. Well, actually, yes, we are. And we just saw this week in Idaho where a guy was shooting up an In-N-Out burger, and it was a good guy with a gun that stopped the bad guy with the gun. And it's advancing actual, real, true, type of policy, regardless of the left that wants to come out and attack you, regardless of the mainstream media that wants to try to destroy you if you are a conservative. Again, I've been the guy. I can take it on, and I don't care if the left hates me because they're going to hate a conservative. So I guess that's what distinguishes me. My opponents, I think, cower from any sort of like real, true, head-on approach from the left, where I almost enjoy seeing the left come after me. I mean, you almost have to have that thick skin, or you'll never make it in Congress.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And boy, we need the fighters now more than ever. People who get there and boldly advocate for the right thing, not just float along. State Senator Rick Brattin running for Congress, Missouri 5th. If you're out there in the 5th district, take your notes. You got a big primary vote ahead tomorrow. Congressman or Senator Brattin, what's the best website place for folks to find out more about you as they're filling out their little voting cheat sheets for tomorrow?
rickbrattin.com. You can also go Facebook, Twitter, Rick Brattin for Congress. And I just I'm humbled, and I want to thank everyone for their support, and I promise you I will be the biggest advocate for Missouri and fight for Missouri values, and look forward to working with Congressman Bob Onder, Eric Burleson, and all the other freedom fighters that are in the trenches right now.
Pardon me. Well, thank you so much for your time and for jumping in the race, for your time in the Senate as well. There's a lot of things to consider there, and I wish you all the best in this primary contest tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it, and have a blessed day.
Thank you. You as well. That's Rick Brattin running for Congress, rickbrattin.com. That's 2 T's, Brattin, rickbrattin.com. You want to look him up. I'll make sure and add this, folks. I got a Substack post up from a couple of the other the 5th congressional folks we talked to. I'll put that in there and make sure it's updated tonight as you're going through making your cheat sheet notes. You want to read more about him, listen to this interview over, you certainly can do that. But that's not the end. We have a whole second hour coming up on the other side of the news. Come on back, folks. The reckoning continues.